I want to say our take home was about $1 million on that project.
Hey everyone, Kevin A. Malsh, Pine Financial Group. We work together so you succeed. You found us here on Facebook, you found us here on YouTube. Thank you. Please hit subscribe, hit like, and leave us some comments below. I know our guest today is going to be monitoring the video and responding to any comments, at least I hope he will be. So if you have questions or anything, please leave some comments below. This is going to be our first video of a series of our clients and their success. What we want to do is show our viewers that there are deals out there to be had, there is money to be made, and give you a little bit of inspiration to help you in your journey as a real estate investor. So today I'm so thankful and feel lucky to have Jae Edwards with Dublin Development here in Denver. Jae, welcome to the channel.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is gonna be so fun. Jae, for the viewers, you and I go way back, over 10 years, great friends with your business partner. The three of us we've had some fun together over the years, haven't we?
A lot of fun, even a couple of trips in there.
Yeah, my first trip to Germany, you were a part of that.
Yeah.
Cheers in and having a great time at Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest, yeah. 2015, that was a trip of a lifetime.
Gosh, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about you. Who are you? Who's Dublin?
Yeah. So Jae Edwards, I founded Dublin Development with my business partner, Sean Bookout, who a lot of you may know. We started, 2008. And we really started just doing fix and flips. We were both still in the corporate world at that time. And the fix and flip thing was so lucrative at that time because, there were a lot of inventory. Even though we were in a recession, there was a ton of fix and flip inventory on the market. So we started doing those in volume. And long story short, that turned into doing single family scrapes in key neighborhoods like Wash Park and Corey Merrill and Observatory Park, and that's still a key part of our business today. And that led into townhome development, in key neighborhoods around downtown like Sloan's Lake and Jefferson Park, which led into higher density multifamily for sale product condos. We've just rolled out of a couple of large condo projects here in town. So yeah, that's a little bit about Dublin. We're now working on a 300 unit multifamily project in Rhino.
Awesome.
Trying to get that across the finish line as far as, the entitlements and everything. So that's going to be a for rent product. So we're super excited about that. So that's a little background on who we are.
Great. So we're going to dig into a specific deal here today. And I want to kind of dig into how you found it, the numbers and all of that as a little case study for our viewers. But our audience is actually national, Jae, and a lot of them are Denver. The majority are Denver. We do a lot of business, as you know, in Minnesota. But can you just, when you say the neighborhoods, can you just describe quickly what those neighborhoods are for our national viewers, like type of neighborhood that is?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Wash Park and Observatory and Cherry Creek, these are core neighborhoods that, were
high-end neighborhoods. Yeah.
Yeah. Back in, 70, 80 years ago in some instances. And so, you're 10 minutes from the CBD, from downtown, and great amenities, great restaurants, great bars in these neighborhoods, and very desirable neighborhoods. And so what has started happening in the last 10 years or so is, tear downs. You buy a 70-year-old home that's dilapidated and scrape it and build a 5,000, 5,200 square foot, beautiful, brand new energy efficient home. So that started happening in abundance in these neighborhoods. And still to this day, I think the runway still is very long for these neighborhoods. There's still a lot of potential inventory out there for us.
So when they say the key to real estate is location, 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 you guys grabbed a hold of that for sure. You're very
absolutely
focused.
We're very laser focused on those neighborhoods. Yeah.
Great. So what deal did you bring for us today?
Yeah. So I was going to talk about one that we just sold a couple of months ago, 2634 South Cook Street. So that's an Observatory Park. It's really pretty far south in Observatory. And so initially we pro forma'd a lot less than what we ended up selling the home for. But we bought the home approximately 20 months ago, I want to say. And you came along and helped finance that for us. I will say we've worked with Pine since 2008. I think our first deal with you was 2008. So we have a long history and can't say enough good things. I know we'll get into that later, but this home here, we purchased a lot for $580,000. Our demo hard and soft cost in this project was $749,000. So what Pine did is you guys came in and provided a 70% loan on the future appraised value of the new home based on comps in the neighborhood. And that covered most of our purchase price of the land and construction. So then, fast forward, it took us, 3 months to get it designed, 3 months to get through the city. So 6 months in there, and then a 12-month build timeline. So it was about an 18-month project. And we sold it right away as soon as we were done for $2.75 million.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Great job, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I will caveat this with when we order a frame pack on this project, and a lot of our materials costs were a lot lower. So I can't imagine we would hit these numbers again, but that was a really good project for us as far as our single family stuff goes.
So you dug in a little bit to the numbers there, but just give us an idea on profitability if you're comfortable with that. Like, what did you guys bring in on that? Bottom line.
Yeah, on that project there, I want to say our take home was about $1 million on that project. That is not normal on the single family stuff. I mean, our margins on those are great. I mean, we normally see 22 to 23% margins on those single family scrapes. This just happened to be an outlier, but one of those that you hope you see another one in your lifetime for sure.
So proud of you guys. I did a $1 million profit on a deal one time. I had to build 13 units to get that. So you did it with one unit, man.
With one unit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've been in those projects as well. And as you know, in some of the townhomes that it's a grind for 2 or 3 years and you don't sniff anything near that. So
yeah, exactly right. Good job. Okay, so you found the deal in the neighborhood you wanted, you scraped the house, you built it up, took you about 18 months, you sold it, you made $1 million. My viewer probably wants to know, Jay, how do you find a deal like that? Where'd you find it?
Yeah, that one actually came from a wholesaler here in town. So obviously, this market right now is super competitive, as everyone knows. Denver is extremely hot, and I think we still have another 4 or 5 years to go before maybe we pivot. But that's my own take. So we have to network. We have to network with brokers. We have to network with wholesalers. We don't buy a whole lot from wholesalers. I would say maybe 1 or 2 a year. But then, we have an internal brokerage team that also sends out a lot of mailers. We kind of blanket these areas with marketing. We also have been building in these areas long enough now, over 10 years, that we have some brand recognition. We bought a lot last year that I had sent a letter to this guy 4 years ago.
That's crazy.
And he had it sitting on his desk in his home office for 4 years and called me up because he's seen our signs around the neighborhood and said, "Hey, I know you guys build here. Let's get this thing done." So that's really the scope of our marketing plan. But I would say we pick up most of our deals. Some of them we pick up from the MLS. But as you know, everything these days is kind of very competitive, going over ask for sure. So it's tough to find deals. But off market is really how we like to find them.
And it's the consistency, right, Jay? I mean, you got to stay consistent.
You have to be in front of them. It's consistency. So we try to, on our mailing programs, we try to stay in front of our target markets at least once a quarter, just so they see our name. So, and then, you never know when that time is when they're ready to sell. So
that's exactly it. And so many people get frustrated when they're newer folks trying to get into the business. They get frustrated because they don't get the calls on the first mailing or the second mailing.
Right.
And I'm always saying, you got to dedicate a certain amount of resources to it and hit it and stay consistent because it will come. It just takes time.
It does. That's right.
And you're just proving that.
You've got to be consistent and perseverance. You got to stick with it for a couple of years before you start seeing the fruits of it. So
you shared already that we've been working together for almost 13 years, about 13 years. Actually, I think it was even longer than that, Jay. We started working together before I started Pine Financial. So
I think you're probably right.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, nuts.
So we've been working together for a long, long time. You've already talked a little bit about the program, 70% LTV on the after repaired value. Is there anything about working together that you wanted to share?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, as you said, we have a long history together. I mean, Pine is our go-to. If we could do every project with you guys, we would. Underwriting process is always extremely streamlined and professional and gets done quickly. I mean, we've closed projects as quick as 2 weeks, I think, with you guys in the past. But your team is top notch, everyone in your office. So can't say enough good things about Pine Financial. We're extremely blessed to have you as one of our strategic partners for sure.
Yeah, and I feel the same way about you, Sean, Dublin as a team. I know a lot of the guys over there and gals, and it's just been a real pleasure to work with you, Jay. And, we both were getting started kind of about the same time. And just to watch you grow and I grow with you, it's been, I just feel so blessed and lucky to be a part of that. And so I share that with you. You're doing a great job, man. And I'm proud of you.
Yeah, proud of you too, Kev. It's been fun to watch your growth too, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So before we end, I want to ask two questions. First, if there's anything our viewers can do to support you or help you, I don't know if you're looking for something that investors, deals, whatever it might be, and then contact information, obviously. And then if there's any pieces of advice or something you would give to a newer investor. So I know that's kind of a lot there, but yeah, just if we can close with those couple of things.
Yeah, as far as, Dublin's always looking for projects. I think we have 20 projects going right now as far as single family and duplex go in core Denver neighborhoods. And then the multifamily stuff I mentioned earlier, but we're always looking for new projects. So if anyone knows of lots, in neighborhoods around Denver, such as, Lehigh, Highlands, Wash Park, any of those key neighborhoods that we all know redevelopment is happening in, we're always looking for new projects. So I would say that you can reach us. Our website is dublindevelopment.com. My email is jae@dublindevelopment.com. Feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer any questions for anyone too. If you're watching this, if I can be of assistance to anyone too. As far as new investors go, I would say it's partnering with strategic folks that are already doing what you want to do. It's that mentor role. And if you have to do it for free or very little, just to learn and get that education, do it until you understand the game. And other than that, I think it really goes back to what you and I touched on earlier. And that's stick to it in this, right? Stick to it, persevere, be consistent in your efforts, be laser focused in what you want to do and be persistent in that and persevere for a year or two, and you're going to see success.
And some great advice. And just want to say this because you put it out there. Please respect Jae and his email. If you have a deal or can bring some value, for sure, reach out. But I don't know that Jae has a ton of time to just be answering questions and going to coffees and that kind of thing. Just in all fairness, bring some value, and then I know Jae will help you and work with you.
Yeah.
So just
well said. Thank you.
Stay with that. Okay. You could check us out. Pine Financial Group. We are hard money lenders, Colorado, Minnesota, Wisconsin. We'd love to help you on your deal. You could check us out at pinefinancialgroup.com.